Now, we have two beam evaporation here. That 7 and that 8. The operation of the seat. Okay. So there are two kinds of recipe. One is for opening the chamber and venting the chamber. Okay. The other one is for deposition. We run all this recipe in the same way. So now, because we need to open the chamber first, so I will show you how to run a recipe now. Okay. So first we need to vent the chamber. So for running a recipe, you click recipe, then edit, create. After that, you open the recipe you want to use. So you see, first is a pump recipe, the third one is vent recipe. So all the others are deposition recipe. Okay, you highlight the recipe you want to use, then open it. Yeah. After you open, remember to download it. You see, this is the current active recipe. So after you download, yeah, this recipe becomes active. Okay. Then you close here. After that, you go to overview. Yeah. So the recipe is already here. Then you can click start to run the recipe. Okay, I will do it one more time. Recipe, edit, create, open, vent, open, download, close, then go to review. Try to remember this. Okay. Then start to use the recipe. Okay, the chamber in the pressure is shown here. So later, after it reaches the atmospheric pressure, the door will open automatically. Okay, so you all know the atmospheric pressure. How much it is in full?
760.
100,000.
Huh?
100,000 Pascal.
Yeah, that's another unit. Okay, so in clean room, most of the machine are using full. Okay, 760. Okay. So yeah, later it will open automatically. Have you used the Beam Evaporator before? No. So after you open the chamber, the first thing you need to do is to use this one to touch some important part. For example, here and on the top, because later you need to load the crucible and load your samples. Your hand may touch this part. Okay? Yeah, this is for discharging. It's for safety. Okay? Remember to do this. This is your substrate holder. You put on your sample on this pallet, then stick it using some of tape, Captain tape. Okay. You know that tape? It can resist high temperature. Okay. Brown color tape. You need to prepare it by yourself. So remember the deposition surface should face up, because later you need to turn it over. Okay, and the deposition is from bottom to top. So you see, there are 3 screws, and on the pallet there are 3 big holes and nearby 3 small holes. So you put it in through the big holes, then rotate it to the small holes. After that, you fix the screw. Okay? Yeah, everyone please try to install it. Good. Yeah, that's right. No, next. Evaporation materials. Okay. So before you put the crucible inside the chamber, okay, you need to check 2 things. First, to make sure the crucible is perfect. Okay, so in some case, yeah, the crucible is damaged. You see, there is a hole at the bottom, and for this one, yeah, there is something protruded out. Okay, then you cannot use it. Because later I will show you, it will block the rotation of the crucible. Okay. Second thing, you need to check the amount of material inside the crucible. So normally it should occupy between 1/3 of the crucible and 2/3 of the crucible. Okay. Yeah, if there are too less materials, you need to fill in more materials. But don't put in too much. Okay, so for example this one, okay, yeah, somebody put in too much materials, then again it will block the rotation. Okay. So make sure the crucible is perfect. There is no crack, no damage. Okay, and the second thing, make sure there is enough materials. And for the materials, we provide you some general use materials. So all our materials are here. Okay, for example, titanium, chromium, and copper. If you need some special materials or some expensive materials, you need to order by yourself. Okay. And so all our materials, yeah, normally are put inside this small box. So after you use it, remember to return it to the small box. Don't keep it in the chamber. Okay, otherwise it will be wasted because most of materials have a similar color. Okay, you cannot distinguish it by your eye. So this the copper is a very special color. Okay. So there are 4 peaks. You can put the crucible in one of the peaks. You only can see one of them. The other 3 are hidden by this power. Okay. That's why sometimes you need to rotate the crucible. So because there are 4 pits, you need to know where to put your crucible. Okay. So to know this, you need to check the recipe. So how to check it? You click recipe. Then there is a deposition folder. From here you open the recipe you want to use. For example, this is a copper. Normally for each material, the position should be the same. But sometimes it may change by some user. Okay, you better open exactly the recipe you want to use. For example, you want to deposit 100 nanometer. Then you open 100 nanometer recipe. If you want to deposit 70 nanometer, then you open 70 nanometer recipe. So after you open it, you see there is a crucible number. It's number 1. Then you need to put the copper crucible in pit 1. Okay? So close here, and go to overview. Okay, so here it shows it's number 1. Then we don't need to rotate it. You can just put the crucible inside. Sometimes you need to rotate it. Okay. So now I show you how to rotate the pit. To do this, you need to go to menu. Then click E-beam splitters and control. You see here there's a crucible number. So if we want to go to position 2, then we input 2 and press enter. Okay. Then it will rotate to shift 2. So after you find the position, then you put the crucible inside the pit. Okay. So before you put it into the pit, you also need to check the pit. Make sure there is no particles inside it. Okay. So if there are particles, okay, the crucible will be very high. Then again, it will block the rotation. Okay. So for example, if I put it inside, so you can see that the gap between the top of the crucible and this power is very, very small. So if there are anything protruding out, then later it will block the rotation. Okay. So now you can try to find the position for just mentioned that if you find there are particles inside the pit, you need to clean it. Also, if there are particles on the O-ring, you also need to clean. Otherwise, it will take a very long time to pump down the chamber. Okay, so you just press here. Okay, so that's here, and I use it to clean the design. Okay, so make sure the chamber is clean, the O-ring is clean, okay, especially the heat. So before we close down, I want to show you other things. Okay, this is a shutter. During melting period, it will cover the materials. Okay, so at that period, there's no deposition on your sample. And yeah. This is the thickness monitor. You see the location of the monitor and your sample are different. Okay. So after you input your sample and all the evaporation materials, when you close down and pump the chamber. Okay. If you need more materials, you don't need all the material before you close the door. Okay? So we close the door and push this up. So as high as possible. Okay? Then you pump the chamber. You still remember how to run the recipe?
Overview.
Okay, correct or not? Then I will show you some other things, okay? After you stop it, then you see there is a alarm. Okay, you need to remove this alarm before you do any other action. Okay, so how to remove it? You need to click here. EBM status and control. Yes. Okay, you need to go to manual mode. So you see the alarm is here. Then you can click enable. Okay, normally there should be two lines in blue color. If the upper line is red, you click enable. If the bottom line is red, you click home. Okay, then we close. Okay, I believe you know how to download the recipe, but do it one more time because later I will show you how to create a recipe. It is very easy to be confused. Okay, first you need to remember this, how to write a recipe. Okay, so it will need some time to pump down the chamber. Later, if you want to use the evaporator, you need to book it at least 3 hours. Okay? Because it will need more than 1 hour to pump down the chamber. So before you run the deposition recipe, you need to make sure the vacuum in the chamber is below 5E minus 6. Okay, remember this value. Later I will ask you. And 5e minus 6. If the vacuum is not good enough, there are still some oxygen inside the chamber. Okay. Then, in this case, if you start deposition, the material will be oxidized. Okay. For example, if you want to deposit titanium, maybe you deposit titanium oxide. Okay, so that's why this is very important. Remember this value. Can you repeat now? What is the value? What is the requirement for the vacuum?
E minus 6. 5e minus 6.
5e minus. 5e minus is not enough. 5e minus 6. Okay?
5e minus 6.
Yes.
5e minus 6.
Yes. Later I will ask you. Okay, you need wait until the vacuum is below 5e minus 6. Then you can start deposition. Okay? So now I will show you how to create a recipe. Okay. Before you creating a new recipe, you need to check to make sure there is no such a recipe. If there is already a recipe, you don't need to create a new one. Okay? So I will show you how to check it. So again, you need to go to this folder. Then try to open the recipe. For example, if I want to deposit 10 nanometer silver, okay, you can check it from here. If you input it, then it will show there is a recipe. So if there is, you don't need to create a new one. Okay. So after it shows this, then you check it from this folder. Okay, now I will show you how to create a new recipe. Okay, so first you need to create it in this folder. After that, you update the master recipe folder, because we run all the recipe from here. Okay, so you can just open one to copy it. Okay, I will show you how to copy a recipe. So for example, if you want to deposit silver, you can open a silver recipe, then save it as a new recipe. Okay, you give it a new name. For example, silver then thickness. That's enough. Okay. It cannot be more than 8 characters. The recipe name cannot be more than 8 characters. So you just use material thickness. That's enough. Okay. So you give the new name, then save. Here, because there is already a lot of recipe, so I just skip it. In case you need to skip the recipe, then save it. Okay, here I will cancel it. Okay. So supposing, this is a new recipe. You already give it a name, then you can start to edit it. First, let's see the content of the recipe. Okay. So here, that's the vacuum requirement for deposition. Okay, I told you need to remember this value. Okay. Here, the crucible number. You already know how to use it. Okay. And the sweep pattern. Yes, this is the electron beam pattern on the materials. Okay, normally you don't need to change this. Okay, the rotation speed. During deposition, the pellet is rotating at this speed. Okay? We are not using any gas. Yeah, here this is the recipe for monitoring the thickness. Okay. For example, this is okay. Later I will show you this. Yeah. So the most important thing is these two parameters: deposition rate and the final thickness. Okay, so about the deposition rate, if you are not sure, you don't change it. Okay, because it is controlled by the power. For some materials, for example, aluminum, if you use too high deposition rate, so after melting, the aluminum is very easy to flow out. Okay, so if you are not sure, don't change it, or you can ask me before you change anything. Okay, so the most important thing is the final thickness. Okay, yeah, please pay attention to the unit. It is a kilopascal. So 1 kilopascal is how many nanometer?
100.
Hmm?
100.
Okay.
One and some each 100.
1 angstrom is 0.1 nanometer.
Okay, so 1000 is 100 nanometer. Okay, remember this. If you don't know this, you cannot create a correct recipe. Okay, 10 angstrom is 1 nanometer. So you just change the thickness. Okay, then save it. Click yes, you save it, then okay. Then close here. Okay, so we have finished the recipe in this folder. So the next step, we update to that folder. Okay. How to update it? You click here. Then now you need to change this to auto deposition. So now if you click this arrow, you will find all the recipe in this folder from here. Okay. So for example, if this is the recipe you just created, you highlight it, then click add. Yeah, it will show here. So after that, you just save it in this folder. Okay, give it a name. For example, silver 200 nanometer. After that, you save it. You will update the recipe to this folder. Okay. Again, I will cancel it. In fact, you need to save it. I will cancel it. Okay. So if you want to deposit another materials after silver, then you can select the recipe. Yeah, for example, gold, and add it here. So after that, you save it as a new recipe. Yeah, give it a new name. For example, silver 200, gold 100, something like that. Yeah. Then save it. So here you can put several materials in order. Okay, later it will deposit according to this order. Okay, it will deposit silver first, then gold. Okay, so you get it. Okay, so after you click finish, then you close it. Okay. So any question? No? Okay. If no, yeah. that you three work together to create. So normally we apply power gradually. Okay. For example, for these materials, first we apply 80% of the maximum power, then keep at this power for 20 seconds. After that, we increase to 12% of the maximum power and keep at this power for 15 seconds. Okay, so this is a melting period. After this, it will start deposition. Okay. So here there are two factors. I have shown you that the position of the thickness monitor and your sample are different. Okay. So even though for the same deposition, the thickness on these two things are also different. Yeah, this is used to correct this difference. Okay, density ratio and Z ratio, density and Z ratio are material related. Different material have different parameters. If you have a new materials, I will help you to create this. You don't need to worry about that. Okay. So later we will run a short process. It will show you all these steps. Okay. So we close here. Then so far any question? So I just because there are already a lot of recipes. For example, if you want to deposit silver, it will show you all the silver recipe here. Yeah. If there is a recipe, for example this one, you open one, open it, then the recipe in this folder should show here. Then you can check it in this folder according to this recipe name, to make sure there is the correct recipe. Okay. If there is no recipe you want to use, then you can create a new one. So we close here. So far, any question? Okay, if no, we use that one to run a short recipe. 3 hours ago. Okay, so now we can just use it. I want to deposit 10 nanometer chromium. Think about it. You can do or not?
Too much?
Huh?
Too much?
10 nanometer chromium.
Yes,
You can do or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay, show me how to do it. You tell me first what you are doing.
And that should exist.
Huh?
It should exist. If not, okay. I check.
You want to know there is a recipe or not?
Yes.
And what is the next step?
Download.
No. No, close it. Now you are checking the recipe, yes?
Which one was it?
Chromium tin. Chromium is space tin.
This one.
You don't need to
And
select anything in here, just download.
Okay, do it one more time. So here it will show you the steps. Okay. Now it's a rising phase. It will increase the power. Okay, so now it increases power again. Yeah, this is the right foot phase.
do some race?
No, rise to phase. Don't click.啊，可以，可以，可以，可以。等一下，还不能用，还不能用，一会儿我们还要用。还要用是吧？好的。Okay, so now it start deposition. Okay, so the deposition rate is shown here. That is the thickness. So during deposition, you should stay here. Okay. You cannot just start it, then go out to have a date with your girlfriend or boyfriend. Okay? Because sometimes there may be something abnormal happens. Okay? If you find the deposition rate is 0, you need to stop it immediately. Okay? Don't keep running. Because if it is 0, yeah, that is common sense. Even you deposit one day, you can deposit nothing. Okay? But it happened before. Okay, some user just let it continue to run even though the deposition rate is 0. Okay, it may damage the system. So if it is 0, maybe there isn't enough material inside the crucible. And maybe the electron beam is not hitting on the materials. Anyway, it is abnormal. You need to stop it immediately. Okay?
Just by click the abort to stop the
Yes, you just abort. Okay? Just click abort to stop it. Okay, you see after it reaches 10 nanometer, it will stop automatically. Okay, so after you finish the deposition, don't do anything. Yeah, you need to wait at least 10 minutes. Yeah, the longer the better. Okay, you cannot immediately went to the chamber. Otherwise, the oxygen will go inside the chamber and oxidize the materials and our filament. Okay, we are using filament to generate electron beam. It will be damaged. Wait at least 10 minutes. Remember this, later I will ask you. Okay, let's run one more time. Please download the recipe. Okay, later remember don't leave the recipe here. Okay, after you open it, always close it. And about the thickness monitor recipe, you can check it from here. Okay, target information. So there are materials and corresponding thickness monitor recipe name. Okay.
The pressure goes up.